industry is the second biggest contributor to India's GDP after the agricultural sector. But this industry has long been unregulated. It is only recently that in the year 2016 that the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act was enacted by the central government, and this came into effect from the month of May 2017. The Kerala Real Estate rules were formed in 2018. The act is made by the central government and the rules are formed by the state governments. The implementing agency of the Real Estate Regulatory Development Act is the respective regulatory authorities of each state. There is also an appellate tribunal for appeals. The objectives of the Act is to bring about accountability, transparency, and professionalism into the industry. It also imposes the responsibilities of each of the stakeholders. It promotes good governance and investor confidence. The major stakeholders are the promoters, the allottees, and the real estate agents. Architects, engineers, chartered accountants, and the banks also form a part of this stakeholder group. The Act also establishes a fast-track dispute redressal mechanism. The rules came into force in Kerala from 1st January 2020. All the ongoing projects at that particular point in time were to be registered before 31st March 2020. The registration process has commenced. While registration, the builder has to register all ongoing projects, and while doing the registration, it is a very elaborate registration formality. The builder has to submit all the details regarding the company, regarding the land, regarding the project, regarding the landowners, regarding the contractors, regarding the architects, regarding the engineers. A whole lot of details have to be submitted to the authority. The promoter also has to give all the details regarding the approvals, be it local body approvals, environment approvals, or any kind of approvals. All the details have to be submitted to the authority. They also have to give all the details of the bank which they deal with, whether they have got financial exposure, whether there are any legal issues. All details regarding the builder, the project, and the land has to be submitted to the authorities. The authorities, after scrutinizing all these details, issue a registration certificate and number for the project. It is only after such a registration certificate is obtained, the builder is permitted to market these projects to the general public. So, the practice of marketing projects before any approval stops here, and the builder no more can do any pre-launch activity without approvals. So, approvals from all government authorities and the RERA is mandatory now when projects are being launched by builders. So, the customer is very safe that the builder does not launch any projects without proper clearances and approvals. And once the approvals are obtained, it is the responsibility of the builder to regularly update into the RERA website all the progress details of the project, all the sales details of the project, so that it is available in public domain, and anybody who wants to check about the builder can log into the site and get all the details regarding the project at one point of time itself. As far as Kerala is concerned, because of the COVID pandemic, the smooth implementation of RERA is slightly affected, but I am sure this will fall in place, and activities have already begun in order to smoothly implement RERA in the state. The Kerala developers have always welcomed the implementation of RERA as it brings about the much needed transparency of the industry and curbs fly-by-night operators, thereby protecting the customers and consumers at large. The Act clearly states out the responsibilities of each stakeholder, which will be beneficial to all and will pave path for a more robust and professional real estate industry. The implementation of RERA Act in Kerala will be good for the consumer, will be good for the promoter, will be good for all stakeholders, particularly the banks and the engineers and all involved in the projects. And I'm sure it will bring in professionalism into the industry across the country and in Kerala also. Another important point while registration is the bank details have to be given to the authorities, and all payments received on account of this particular project has to be deposited in that particular bank account, and that fund can be used only for that particular project, that too after completion of that particular stage of work and after that is certified by the engineers, architects and chartered accountants. So it is very useful for the timely completion of projects. Funds are used only for that projects, and funds can be withdrawn from that particular account only after that particular work has been completed. So the funds of the investor or the household or the LRT, so the funds of the LRT are very safe in that particular bank account. As far as Crescent is concerned, our ongoing project, Triton Crescent, has been registered with the authorities, and it is one of the first projects in Calicut to get a registration number. And we have already started following all the rules and regulations which RERA has prescribed. And not only that, I'm proud to say that, or I have pride in saying that even before RERA came into force, we were most of the time following all these rules and regulations, and as far as we were concerned, it is only a minor alignment which we are required to fall in line with the rules. So it is not at all a major disturbance to our present working style. It is only minor alterations which we needed to make actually to fall in line with RERA and its regulations. I'm sure that the Real Estate Regulatory and Development Act will be good for the industry, will be good for the customer, and be good for all stakeholders, and this will bring about a huge shift in how real estate operations are done in the country and particularly in Kerala.